Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 4 of the Monday Morning Quarterback Show. I'm here, joined with, as always, my co-host Sean Olheim, and I am Matt Cabral. Today, just a few topics today, but again, it's going to be another, filled episode. Our Week 9 pick'em. We're actually filming this one before Thursday Night Football, unlike last time where we filmed it at about 2 a.m. after the game. And we're also going to be doing a this or that quarterback edition where Sean's going to, kind of just give me a would you rather with a certain quarterback who I don't yet know who it is. Sean, how you doing today?
I'm good. I'm excited for that segment. First time, like I mentioned last time, we're gonna keep trying to do those other fun little segments to keep everyone entertained. And got a brutal Thursday night game to start the week, but it should be another fun week in the NFL.
Yeah, for sure. So just to hit on a few, I didn't want to make this a full segment, but I guess we'll just hit on a few trade things really quick. It sounds like Rashid Shaheed's definitely going to get moved for the Saints, and it sounds like the Patriots are truly targeting a running back, especially now that Ramondre Stevenson might not be playing this weekend. And yeah, I think the name I've heard floating around the most is like guys like Jerome Ford. And I don't want to throw out the big names like Brees Hall or Derrick Henry. I'm not, ruling them out, but yeah, Rashid Shaheed's probably the most talked about name around the trade market right now. And a team that needs a speedy deep threat. I think I know a team could use him. So those are the trades we're gonna quickly hit on. Just had a little glitch there. Wow. But on to pick them. Sean, as you said, absolutely disastrous Thursday night game, just because they're always so good, right? But Ravens at Miami Dolphins. Sean, I'll let you start with this one.
Yeah, it's going to be the Ravens. Games in Miami, so I guess Tua could play a little bit better, but just Lamar coming back, I could see the Ravens just coming out and dominating. There's a spread of, I think the spread's 8.5. I checked that earlier today. I could see this could be a blowout for the Ravens, honestly.
Yeah.
The only way I see the Dolphins kind of staying in this game is if Tua has one of his random really good games where he's, incredibly accurate and doesn't turn the ball over, and which is entirely possible against the Ravens defense that's been struggling mightily this year. But if all goes correctly for the Ravens, they should win this game by probably at least 2 scores, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Sean, like this could be like the second week in a row where Tua has like another like resurgence game. It's because it feels like Baltimore's defense, except for Chicago, we'll get into them later. It's kind of just a get right game for every offense. They don't really have a pass rush. Their secondary's banged up and or just aging. And I think Jalen Waddle's gonna have a pretty good game tonight, regardless if the Dolphins win or lose. I am gonna take Baltimore though, because they put themselves in a position where they literally can't lose again. That's kind of the mentality I'm sure the whole locker room has. Um, and with Lamar coming back just on the ground with Miami's, I know they had a good game last week, but their front is not good. Um, I'm definitely going with the Ravens here with Lamar coming back. I could see a big time win by the Ravens, just a statement win, kind of letting the league know, like, guys, we're still here. We have, one of the best players in the NFL. I think Derrick Henry can have a good game tonight.
I think Derrick Henry is going to explode tonight.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
he's
that whole rushing offense for the Ravens is just going to be incredible tonight.
Yeah. And not to say that like guys like Devon Achane and Jalen Waddle couldn't have good games, because they probably will as well, just because maybe the two worst defenses in the league at this point. It honestly might be points against wise. But I'm going with the Ravens here, regardless if their defense isn't good or not. I think Lamar is going to be able to pretty much do whatever he wants in this Miami defense. Their secondary stinks. Their front hasn't been good. And I think Tua could have a good game, like Sean said, but at the end of the day, I'm definitely going with the Ravens. They're favored by 7.5 this game, which is
Yeah.
that's a pretty big, sign there.
Especially on the road too. Not that Miami's really a tough place to play in, but
No, there'll probably be more Ravens fans there, but like apparently, Sean, I don't know if you saw this report today, but the Dolphins are like timid to sell players because they still believe in this team, and it's like, dude,
I did.
give it up.
I got a notification from Bleacher Report today, and it said they're like a mid 2. It said like Dolphins scared to sell a mid 2-6 struggles, and like they're not out on McDaniel yet. It's like, dude, just gotta hit the reset button.
Yeah, I don't really know like what else they need to see, because like they couldn't be in a worse position right now. Like you're paying, below average quarterback, huge money. You're just starting to trend down, so it looks like you're gonna have 2 to 3 years of rebuild ahead of you, and you have to make a decision, with your head coach, with your quarterback. You have Tyreek Hill. I mean, it sounds like they're gonna release him. Just a drama-filled, disastrous situation in Miami, and I think for the better for the organization, they need to lose. Coming from a Pats fan over the past couple of years, um, you want a high draft pick, and I know it's early in the season, but like you don't want to finish like 7-10 and pick like 15th. Like this Miami team needs a top 5 pick desperately, and they need a blue chip player. Pretty much everywhere on their team besides like running back and maybe wide receiver, but their O line stinks and everywhere else stinks. So Miami needs to lose this game, and they should because Baltimore will win this football game. So me and Sean both taking Baltimore on this one.
So we got a question. What's the move? Trade Tua and draft a quarterback, or would any team take him with that contract? I don't know if any team would like to trade for him for that contract. I think they'll probably have to wait until he's a free agent to like officially move on.
Pittsburgh doing it.
He could be a Steeler within the next few years, but I think they definitely do need a reset at quarterback. Tua's not the guy.
Well, this is a thing with that comment. Great question. Like, Sean, do you think Tua is going to be the quarterback next year for Miami? Like, it's a genuine question. Like, it's tough.
I think they're going to be forced to just because of how much money they have tied into him, and it would look horrible if they. How much is he making? Like 50 million, 55?
Yeah, like 55 million, yeah.
Like, if you bench a $55 million quarterback, that just looks horrible for your organization. I mean, the Falcons are doing it right now. Kirk isn't 55, but like
40.
It's like 40, but still, like, it just looks horrible when when you're paying a quarterback that much money and you have to move on from him because he's so bad and you have to reset.
And money aside, like it's 100% the right move because they need to reset everywhere. Like just with how this Dolphins team used to be set up, it was prime Tyreek Hill, young, and Jalen Waddle's still great, but Jalen Waddle feeding off Tyreek Hill. The offensive line was a lot better with Teron Armstead. Mike McDaniel was just a better play caller, and the offense was designed for Tua to get the ball out quick. And he throws with good anticipation, or he used to. I think that's kind of come down a little bit after all the injuries and stuff. And you even still see it. Like Sean, you watch your Bills play them. I watch my Patriots play them. Tua's yards are dump offs to HN and like swing passes. Like
he doesn't move the ball downfield. Like
behind the line of scrimmage. And when he does move the ball down the field, he's either missing guys or he's underthrowing receivers, and they have to come back and they're just making plays because they're
he has good receivers.
Exactly, they're talented. But Tua's yards are mostly yak. He doesn't really you won't see him make these elite gunslinging throws, and we've all known that about Tua. But the Dolphins need a hard reset, and what a brutal contract to move off of. I think they're still paying him after this year for another 3 years, and it's only going to get worse because normally quarterback contracts, the back end is more expensive.
Yep.
We saw that with Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson with the Browns right now, but definitely taking the Ravens in that game. On to the next game, Sean. Atlanta Falcons are coming to Gillette to take on the red hot New England Patriots.
I'm going to have the Patriots taking this game just because I do think that they're the better team. They're at home. But given how inconsistent the Falcons have been, and when they're on their game, they have one of the best defenses in the NFL. They have an explosive offense. I'm not sure. Is Drake London back this week?
I think he will be, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, they obviously had him. I'm sure Gonzalez will be lined up on him all game.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. It could be a random game where the Falcons play really good. It's so hard to predict their games, though, because one week they beat the Bills, who are one of the best teams, and then they lose to the Panthers by 30. It's just a disaster for them. So I'll take the Patriots because I do think they're the better team. But at the end of the day, there is a chance because it's the Falcons that they could give them a run for their money.
So I definitely was a little bit worried about this game initially, and I still kind of am. And by the way, we're going to read the spreads a lot on on all these games too, just because it's also another thing to talk about. The Pats are favored by 5.5 this game. I think that's about the right line because, like you said, Sean, they can explode. Their offense can explode at any given day. Like Bijan, London, if Penix is healthy, like he's serviceable with those guys. Even Kyle Pitts and Darnell Mooney, like. The offense scares me, and their defense is surprisingly really good. Raheem Morris has done a really good job rebuilding that unit. And the Patriots offense has been so red hot that I do think they're due for not like a complete disaster of a game, but this is still a very young team. I think they're due for
Maybe a
a
little bit
game,
of sloppiness. Yeah.
maybe a little bit of a slop. And we saw that in the first half against Cleveland. And obviously the second half adjustments were unbelievable from Mike Vrabel and Josh McDaniels. But I'm not worried. I'm not too worried about the Pats like secondary against Miami because Michael Penix doesn't really scare me. Drake London's really good, but I'm more so. And the Pats haven't let up a 50-yard rusher all year, which is unbelievable considering the running backs they've played against. Regardless of who they have, it's still impressive. I think Bijan is due for an absolutely massive bounce back game. He had a horrible game against Miami. He does scare me. Luckily, we do have very athletic and like agile and finesse defensive tackles rather than like these big like nose tackles. Like Milton Williams and Christian Barmore will be totally fine. And I do think they'll be able to get after the quarterback because Atlanta's offensive line does struggle a little bit sometimes, especially in the interior because their tackle play is good, or at least the left tackle. But the game does, I don't want to say it's like totally a trap game, but it feels like a game where Atlanta could really, really put up a fight, especially because the Patriots couldn't be playing them at a worse time. I mean, they're 3-4. Their backs are against the wall. They got smoked by maybe one of the worst teams in the NFL, the biggest joke in the league.
At home too.
At home, exactly. But the reason why I'm taking the Patriots in this game, Sean, is it's funny and it might sound like a narrative driven conversation, but the Falcons are a bad outside. Like they're not good when they're not in domes. And I know they got smoked by Miami, but their previous losses became all outside and their wins were all in domes. And it's pretty fun. Like you saw they played against the Bills at home that one game and then they lose by 30 to the Panthers. They lose by 30. They lose by 24 to the Dolphins. It's just like a very inconsistent team, but when they're on, they definitely are scary. But I'm going to take the Patriots in this game. I think Drake May will continue to just show that he's the best quarterback from the 2024 class. So Pats clean sweep there. Next game, don't have to take too much time on. I feel like it's going to be a reoccurring.
What do we got?
This team, Sean. Chargers at Titans. Chargers are favored by 9.5.
Yeah, I think they cover that spread. Honestly, I mean the Titans are just such a train wreck, man. I don't care what aspect of their game you're talking about. Cam Ward, I know he doesn't have much to work with, but like the investments they put in their offensive line have been horrible. Their wide receivers suck. Like Shamare Adike, all credit to him. He's like their best receiver right now.
Yep.
And that's just not a recipe for success.
No.
Tajay Spears showed a little bit of promise last week that he could be like a little bit reliable. Yeah, I don't know. It's just defense. Their defense outside of Jeffrey Simmons is horrible. Is he back this week?
I don't know. I'd have to check on that.
Yeah, I don't really keep up with the Titans injury report, but
no.
Even if he's back or not, I mean the Chargers should win this game with no problem. I could see that. I could see them covering that spread easily.
Yeah, so Simmons and Ridley are questionable. Not that Ridley really matters, to be quite honest, because he's been invisible this year too. Cam Ward only 5 touchdowns on the season, 6 interceptions. And again, a lot of that is in part just due to the horrible personnel around him. But when I watched the Patriots last year, they were bottom of the barrel. Tennessee is worse than we were last year because you saw some flashes of like, okay, like this team, they're still definitely, they need their head coach away. They're this and that away. But Tennessee, watching them, it's like I feel like they're losing by 30 every game. Like, and they start off games like decent. Like they were only down like 10-7 to the Colts. They were beating the Pats 10-3. And as soon as teams can make quick adjustments on this very, very zero-dimensional offense, like it's bad. It's a train wreck. The defense stinks. They're trading everyone away. They just traded who they just traded? Amani Hooker? No, who was it? They just traded him to the oh my god.
This is blanking on his name.
It's gonna drive
me.
It was
a corner. It was a corner.
Yes, oh my god, they just hold on. I gotta look this up. I have to. But hold on.
I mean, either way, like it's not going to really move the needle on if they win this game or not.
Roger McCreary. Okay.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
He was one of their better players. Like, it's tough to really find any on this team, but he was one of their better players. And the secondary is depleted if they don't have Jeffrey Simmons, that defense is rough, and they're I
It's
I I
rough with him.
I don't think they're done making moves. I think Arden Key is going to get traded. I do think that maybe even a guy like Calvin Ridley and
I think Ridley's gonna get moved. Yeah,
Chigakonkwo do. Ridley doesn't appeal at least for a Pats fan at all to me. Like, and I'm sure for you too, Sean. Like as a Bills
yeah,
fan, like especially like if you have to give up like a third or fourth round pick for him, it's just like
yeah. I'm
you might
good.
as well just stick with your guys. But
He just feels like kind of a lateral move.
yeah, the Titans, unfortunately for them, they're years away, and they're playing a Chargers team that's getting healthier. They have Justin Herbert. He's turned the ball over more than he has in his in the past. But their defense has been very good. Besides that Colts game, they're going to have their way with Tennessee. I think they do cover this spread. And the Chargers win. So another clean sweep. Next game, this one might be a little interesting. Chicago Bears are in Cincinnati.
And this could be another game where the Bengals put up a ton of points, but then lose because they let up a ton of points.
Yeah.
That's going to depend on how explosive the Bears offense can be. But I mean, Joe Flacco might not even play. So if Flacco doesn't play, I could see this. Like, if Flacco doesn't play, I would take the Bears 100%. But
Jake Browning is.
yeah, but if Flacco does play, honestly, you said it's in Cincinnati too. Yeah. I don't know if that really makes a difference, to be honest, but like,
Yeah.
I could see Cincinnati just straight up outscoring the Bears. I'll take Cincinnati in this game.
Okay.
I think the Bears will struggle on defense a little bit. I think Cincinnati's gonna be explosive, especially against the Bears secondary that's been really bad. It's super banged up too, but
Yeah.
I don't know. If Flacco plays this game, this could be another game where they put up 35 plus, and I don't think the Bears will be able to keep up with that.
I'm actually going to take the Bears in this one. I think this game's just a lot more important for the Bears, and I'm not impressed with what I've seen from them. They're like one of the worst 4-3 teams I feel like that I've watched. Like it feels like even when they're scoring a lot of points, like you look at like, oh, Caleb, like they scored 35. It's like, oh, Caleb, you have like 10 incompletions and you're not really doing much. So it's like I'm not really impressed with how this Bears team has been. I do think Ben Johnson has been pretty solid in his debut year as a head coach. And he's definitely solidified himself as, he'll be the coach for a few more years. But it's just, I feel like it's a way bigger spot for Chicago and a massive bounce back opportunity. And same for the Bengals. I mean, they lost to the Jets. You can't get much worse than that, but I'm going to slightly take the Bears here. I think this is just kind of a disastrous matchup. This could either be like a really, really high scoring game with like zero defense played, or both teams could just look like just an absolute disaster on offense, which is kind of hard to do against the Bengals defense, which is why I'm taking the Bears, because the Bengals aren't going to be able to score 38 points every single week. So I'm going to take the Bears, and I don't love it. I don't love it at all. But I think it's just a little bit bigger of a spot for them. And the Bengals are just so poorly coached, and like it just feels like their defense is it ever going to be good? Like I just never feel like the Bengals defense is ever going to be good.
I don't know. I feel like they tried to prioritize it in the draft this year, and Shamar Stewart, Demetrius Knight, and like
Demetrius Knight's been solid.
It's just not really doing it for them though.
But
their secondary sucks too, though.
Yeah, but then they're paying money to these guys like Geno Stone. It's like, dude, you're paying him a lot of money, and then they got like they got Battle. Like their secondary is really bad. So actually, these might be the two worst secondaries in the NFL. Like the Bears secondary has been pretty bad as well. I mean, Snoop Huntley had a pretty good game against them. So, but I'm gonna go with the Bears in this one. I just think they're a little bit better more of a complete team. But it wouldn't surprise me if the Bengals beat them one bit. So I'm gonna go with the Bears here.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bengals because I think they'll outscore them.
Yeah,
I could see it being another shootout.
On to the next game. We have the Indianapolis Colts at the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, I think the Colts keep rolling here. I think I don't think Jonathan Taylor's going to keep up his streak of 3 touchdowns in a game, but I don't really see anything in the Steelers that's like, okay, this team can stop the Colts. Like the Colts are the hottest team in the NFL right now.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing watching the Steelers for some of that game against Green Bay, I was just not impressed. I don't see any reason that they could stop the Colts as the hottest team right now.
Yeah, it's pretty funny because coming into this year, my thoughts about Pittsburgh was, okay, their offense is going to suck and their defense is going to be able to hold them in some games. It couldn't have been more opposite than that. Their offense has been actually pretty good and their defense has been one of the worst in the NFL. You're finally starting to see a lot of these players age. Like, like I talked about it last time. Ramsey and Slay look old. Porter's always hurt. They just traded for Kyle Duggar. It's like another old injury-prone safety that's slow. They have a very slow defense, by the way, like a very slow defense. Mike Tomlin, again, just can't give up some of these guys. Like, and then some of the guys you expect big things out of, like Patrick Queen, he's been pretty underwhelming this year. Same with Peyton Wilson and Cam Hayward and TJ Watt are still great, but their secondary just hasn't been good enough. And Rodgers has been pretty solid. I got to give it to the guy. He doesn't look like he's ready to retire yet. And he's even making throws on the move. But with that being said, how could you pick against the Colts right now? Like there's just nothing gives you a sign of, or like, they're starting to come. No, they're not. They're still killing teams. I think they're going to have I think Pittsburgh's run even's going to have fits with Jonathan Taylor. Especially, and I'm not saying he's going to score 3 touchdowns, but I expect him to rush for over 100 yards this game. And I don't think they're going to be able to cover the Colts wide receiver core. Sean, you know my opinion on their core. No elite guys, but they're just a damn good core.
They're versatile.
Exactly, and they just work so well together. And there's just no way I could pick against this Indianapolis Colts team right now. I mean, they're the hottest team in the league. And I think they keep that streak rolling at Pittsburgh. This is, again, especially if Baltimore wins this game tonight, which we expect them to, really big game for Pittsburgh. Because just hold your horses. If Pittsburgh loses, they're only 1 game ahead of Baltimore, which is crazy. Again, another Pittsburgh Steelers colossal collapse. They were 4-1. Now they're 4-3.
They're collapsing even earlier than last year too, though.
They're probably going to be 4-4 now. I'm 100% going with the Indianapolis Colts just because of how they've been playing. And if you pick against them, then
there's nothing to pick. There's no reason to pick against them.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you pick against them, then you're straight up just trying to be different. So yeah, I'm going with the Indianapolis Colts. Next game up, 49ers at the New York Giants.
I could see this being a random Giants win, to be honest.
Yeah.
Niners still super banged up.
I mean, Purdy's back though. I think.
I don't know. You said it's in
New York.
I'll take the Niners just because I think that they're an overall better team. And if they do get Purdy back, I think the Mac Jones kind of hype train is coming to an end. So if Purdy comes back, I think they'll just be able to function better on offense. Obviously, CMC's been incredible. They got Kittle back. They're starting to get some of these guys back. So Giants run game isn't going to be as good without Scatterbo either. I just think this is a Niners win. I think they're the better team.
No, Brock Purdy's not. He's not playing this week. Again, it's Mac Jones again. Apparently, like the injuries, like getting like so like interesting and like they really don't know what's happening. I just did some research on it. So it's Mac Jones again. Sorry to like tell you that now, Sean, because it's kind of kind of takes back what you just said there.
I don't know. No, I still think the Niners are the better team. I'll take them in this one.
Yeah, I feel like Robert Saleh is going to give Jackson Dart a lot of issues on the defensive side of the ball. So I'm going to take the Niners as well. Although I do think this is going to be a really close game. The Giants have life, just with Jackson Dart pretty much. He's been pretty exceptional for them so far. It's unfortunate Scadaboo's hurt. The Giants receiver core, not great, but I guess I'm taking Mac Jones and the Niners in this game.
It doesn't feel right.
No, it doesn't.
Like I don't want to, but I don't want to pick the Giants. I can't.
Like I said, I think Robert Saleh is going to give the Giants like young offense, a lot of issues just because of how good he's been. Like he's getting production out of like guys that are solid players. But like when you lose Fred Warner and Nick Bosa, like most defenses are depleted and they've been good. They traded for Keon White, which we'll see how that goes. And they've been getting good production from guys like Michael Williams. Bryce Huff's been a solid situational player. So, by the way, Brian Burns has 10 sacks. I just
He's
like
having a
found
hell of
out
a
today.
year.
He's having a really good year.
I think that leads
Quiet,
the NFL. Yeah,
quiet. Well, him and Miles
I think
Garrett.
Miles Garrett. Yeah,
But give me the Niners. Don't. This is probably the worst I feel about.
yeah. I don't like this one,
I
but
don't either. It feels like a just a ugly, like weird game. But like I said, Robert Saleh is the only reason I'm picking the Niners in this game
yeah.
over the New York Giants. We're gonna take a break in the pick'em, and we're gonna do that quick this or that quarterback edition that Sean actually has for me here. So we're gonna try to incorporate things like this more often, just to give you a break just from straight game after game after game. And Sean came up with a this or that edition for quarterbacks. So Sean, take it away.
Yeah, so I got 5 quarterbacks here listed, and I'm basically going to give Matt one quarterback, and between these 5 quarterbacks, I'll pick who he wants, the quarterback that I give him or the quarterback that, I kind of have set in stone. So the quarterback that you will be comparing everyone to is Brock Purdy.
Okay.
First name up, I have Trevor Lawrence.
Boy. I'm gonna go Brock Purdy. I'm so down on Trevor Lawrence. I'm kind of the hype train, I think, should be over at this point. I think at most he's just going to be a solid quarterback. He just has the same mistakes over and over again. He'll show you flashes after a while, and then he won't set his feet right, or he won't, hold on to the ball for too long. I'm gonna go with Brock Purdy. Again, Trevor Lawrence is definitely more talented than Brock Purdy. That one overall pick, Mr. Irrelevant. It does matter in the talent aspect, but Brock Purdy, I think, just is a way better game manager, and he's also sneaky athletic too. Obviously, Lawrence has like a bigger arm and stuff, and he's stronger. But I'm pretty much down. I'm pretty much out on Trevor Lawrence at this point, especially with Liam Cohen now. And he's just been kind of average. So give me Brock Purdy. But
Yeah, I agree with that one. All right, next quarterback up, I got Bo Nix.
Oh man,
Matt has some strong opinions on Bo Nix.
yeah, I wasn't really high on him, but right now I think I have to take Bo Nix. I mean, he's a oh man,
You don't want to do it.
it's really close. Because like healthy Brock Purdy took that team to the Super Bowl, and again, they were a great team. But Bo Nix is like he's clutch. He's a clutch player. Like it doesn't matter if he plays bad for 3 quarters. Like he's been pretty clutch in the fourth. I'm gonna take healthy Purdy by a smidge still, just by a smidge over Bo Nix. I need to see a little bit more consistency from Bo because I don't love either of these quarterbacks, to be quite honest with you. I think Brock Purdy is just a little safer right now. Bo, he's doing better, but again, I think people still do forget. Like I just said, he's bad for 3 quarters, and he's done this in 2 games now. It's like it is great since you're coming back in the fourth, but you can't do it every game. Like
Yeah, it's not sustainable.
Happen. So I'm going with a healthy Brock Purdy by a little bit.
Next guy up, I have Brock Purdy or Daniel Jones. This is a tough one just because of recency because of how good Jones is playing.
Man. And Purdy hasn't played this year, so it's like I gotta just remember healthy Purdy. Like even last year when the Niners were depleted, Purdy still had a pretty good year. I gotta see a full year out of Daniel Jones. I think and he's been awesome, but I think I'm gonna go. Oh, man, dude.
The only reason this is hard is because of how good Jones is playing.
Exactly.
Right now.
I think if you threw Purdy in that situation, right now, how they're rolling, I think he'd do just as good, if not better. So I'm going to take. It's so hard. I'm going Brock Purdy until if Daniel Jones finishes out this year like this, then I'm taking Daniel Jones. But Brock Purdy led a team to a Super Bowl. And he's done it for a little bit longer. So I'm taking Purdy by a smidge.
I feel like I'm kind of on the same wave as Jones as it was Darnold last year.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he's in a really good system where he's playing really good, obviously, but let's see him do it for multiple years and then we can have some serious talks.
Sean, Sean, who would you take out of these? I want to hear your answers too.
Between Purdy and Lawrence, I'm taking Purdy. Between Nix and Purdy, on the Broncos, I'll take Nix because I think Nix just runs Sean Payton's system really well. Um,
I think Purdy would do just as good.
between Jones and Purdy, I mean, I just talked about it. I'll take Purdy over Jones, but if Jones continues this success next year too, then I would probably take Daniel Jones.
Sean,
Um,
Hold on. I think the biggest thing for me too is like I'm just I know it's been like 8 weeks now, but I'm still just I don't know why, but and I know it's like so far from happening at this point, but I'm so scarred with just how bad Daniel Jones was on the Giants. Like I just am
yeah, I know.
but it's like
Just the Giants though.
we're getting to the point now where it's like it doesn't like you got to kind of eliminate that. Like he's just been good. So yeah, I'm gonna
I
go
already
Purdy.
made the comparison. It's like Darnold, bro. He sucked on the Jets, but he goes to a good system where he can find success, and now he's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not even on that team anymore, but he's got that confidence back. All right, next name up: Purdy or Caleb Williams.
Man, Sean knows that. Obviously, I love Caleb's talent, and everyone should. But there like if you're not down on him right now, then I don't know if we're watching the same games because he's been so mediocre. And I know the Bears are 4-3, but he's like the third or fourth reason I feel like why they are. Like I don't really. I'm. Oh man, like I guess like this one's just more prediction based because Purdy's hurt and Caleb is only a second-year player. Um, I'm gonna bank on Caleb's upside for like a couple more weeks and take Caleb.
I agree. I'd take Caleb too. And like you said, it's strictly off upside. I mean, he was
Exactly.
the number one overall pick, bro. He's obviously talented.
Production, there's like it's Purdy by a mile,
Yeah.
obviously, but
I think you give him a little bit more time and get used to Ben Johnson for maybe the rest of the year.
yeah.
And
But if he like
he can
continues
prove
to
that he
look
can be
like
really
this, like
good.
even like in a couple weeks, like I don't know, dude. I'm just not very high on him right now, but I'd still take the upside over Brock Purdy.
Last guy up, Brock Purdy or CJ Stroud.
I'm going CJ Stroud. I think CJ Stroud is in the worst possible position you could be right now. And I think if you threw him in like Kyle Shanahan's system, CJ Stroud would be a top 10 quarterback. I think CJ Stroud is just like just a little bit better of a thrower, like of a thrower of the football than Brock Purdy. And I think Purdy, I don't even want to say he's like more careful because he kind of struggled with turnovers at the beginning of this year. Like surprisingly, like I think he threw like 3 or 4 picks in
Yeah, he did.
like, but I think I would go CJ Stroud. Like I'm still very high on him. And he's been playing a lot better. You just cannot be in a worse situation than he is right now. But I would say I would take CJ Stroud. Who would you take, Sean?
I would take Stroud. Like
Okay.
you've said some stuff about Stroud before where it made me think that like you would question it a little bit. I just think Stroud's like so much more talented than Purdy. And if he was in a good situation with like a slightly above average offensive line with his receivers healthy, like I think he's such a better quarterback.
Yeah, like I had my thoughts about Stroud because he's not perfect. Like he is not
Oh,
perfect. Like he's made mistakes this year. But at the same time, it's like if you really like watch the film on just like not even just the line, because I've talked about the offensive line a million times, but just how the offense is run, the receivers aren't separating at all. Um, and the play calling is just not that good. Whereas Kyle Shanahan is the best run designer in football, so you have to respect the run. And then once you run play action, like the receivers are going to be open. So I'm taking Stroud over Brock Purdy because I think if you throw them both in the same situation, I think Stroud's a little bit better and brings you a little bit more upside.
yeah, I just think he's in his head right now. He knows the situation around him's not great, so
He's worried.
you mentioned it before. He's getting happy feet in the pocket.
Yeah.
I think he's a great thrower of the ball, though.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's super talented.
I just think when CJ Stroud and Brock Purdy are both hot, I'm taking Stroud. Like I just feel like Stroud can like Purdy can drop balls in the bucket too, and I know arm strength isn't everything. Like I don't want people to think
But Stroud's got a way better arm.
But Stroud's arm is just significantly better. And again, I don't want to be on casual watch because I'm talking about arm strength, but like it matters when it's that significant of a difference. And when they're both on their game, I think Stroud's a little bit scarier of a team of a player too. So let us know down in the comments, like if you guys want us to see more, like do stuff like that in between,
or if you disagree with any of those picks.
Yeah, and we appreciate the live viewers in here. Thank you guys for supporting. We appreciate it. But back to NFL Pick'em, Sean. We have the Denver Broncos at the Houston Texans.
The battle of elite defenses.
Yep.
I'm gonna take the Broncos in this one, and it's like strictly because like I just think their offense provides more.
Yep.
But I just think the defenses are so even, but the Broncos can provide more explosiveness. And I think at the end of the day, it might be a one-score game, but it could be just because the Broncos get one more drive than the Texans, where they are more efficient on offense.
That's actually a really good point, Sean. I'm going with Denver again. Another team, like, they're finding ways to win, and you can't really pick against a hot hand like that. But I think CJ Stroud, like, if the Texans won this game, I wouldn't look at it and be like, whoa, like, I
No,
genuinely see it happening. Um, Again, I think it's a way bigger spot for Houston as well. But I mean, it is. But Denver also, they still want to hold that lead on Kansas City. But I'm gonna go Denver. Just I think they're a little bit better coached. They don't have Pat Surtain this game, which is very unfortunate. But can we just talk about this for 1 second? I know we just brought it up, dude. Stroud might get sacked 10 times.
yeah,
game.
no, I feel so bad for him.
It's gonna be bad. Nick Benito,
Cooper and Benito are gonna combine for like 6, bro.
and then even in the middle, dude, they have Jake Andrews at center. Like, he gets tossed around, and then you got
John Franklin Myers and Zach Allen are going to absolutely terrorize them.
You have John Franklin Myers, Zach Allen, and DJ Jones, who's a huge, huge nose tackle. Like, the run game, I don't think it's going to do good at all. I think either whether
it's not great to begin with either.
No, but yeah, whether it's Woody Marks or Nick Chubb, like, they're going to struggle. And then you just throw the Broncos defensive line out there. Like, that's an absolute nightmare. Joey, thank you. We're definitely going to do more. We like to hear your guys' feedback on stuff like that. But the Broncos defense going to have a field day. Stroud's going to have to make a lot of plays by himself, because is Nico Collins playing?
I think he's questionable right now.
Okay. So let me check that right now. Yeah, Nico Collins is questionable. Dalton Schultz is questionable. Yeah. The Broncos' really only significant guy that's questionable is, well, they have PJ Locke and Marvin Mims, but doesn't really matter. I'm gonna take Denver by and by the way, spread of that game, Houston's favored by 1.5.
I disagree with that, man.
I do too.
I really do.
I think they're solely basing that off of like I don't really know how to. I don't know, actually.
I could see this being like a 20 to like 13, or like a 20, like, I don't even know, like a 20 to 17 game. I think Broncos are going to win, but it'll be like a 3-point game probably.
What was I gonna say? Bo Nix could really struggle this game though, and like kill the narrative, because Houston's defense is that good, and Stroud could too, by the way, like, obviously, but it's gonna be a tough, very gritty defensive, like like Sean said, 17-13, like 20 to 17.
Yeah, it's just gonna be one of those games. Yeah, I think.
So it is in a dome, so there could be a lot of field goals taken, but I'm gonna go with Denver over Houston, and Sean is too. So next game up, what a nightmare for JJ McCarthy. First game back, going to Detroit, Vikings at Lions.
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking the Lions in this one. I haven't been impressed.
They're favored by 9.5, by the way.
Well deserved too. I haven't been impressed with McCarthy at all. Like, I know he's only played 2 games, but I think he's only played 1 good quarter of football, and that was against the Bears, who, say what you want about that, but I don't know. I don't see McCarthy going into Detroit in that type of environment and beating the Lions. I know the Lions are a little bit banged up still, but it doesn't matter. I think Hutchinson might get to him like 3 times that game.
Yeah, because their tackles have been poor.
I'll take the Lions in that one easily.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's a very tough spot for JJ McCarthy to come back in, and
yeah,
it's just going to dig a deeper hole for Minnesota and kind of, really kill their playoff chances. If they want any chance at this game, they're going to have to, Brian Flores is going to have to be a genius this game, because JJ McCarthy isn't just going to come back after an injury and be a superstar. Like, that's just not going to happen. And, I feel for Justin Jefferson, because, like, I don't know. I know he's had like good quarterback play with like Kirk Cousins, like he was good, but like I want him to be with like a Allen or like even like a Mahomes or just like a top echelon
It would be
quarterback.
so fun to watch him with that
Yeah,
type of quarterback.
yeah, like
Maybe even
even
last year with Darnold, like it was a lot better.
exactly. But Darnold was also, he targeted Addison a lot. And he also missed Jefferson sometimes on deep balls. But
Yeah,
nonetheless, I'm 100% taking Detroit. I don't 9.5 is a huge spread, like huge spread.
especially
Uh,
for a divisional game too.
yeah, and for going into the year, roster to roster, for say what you want about McCarthy, this was a pretty close matchup, just talent wise on both ends. But the Vikings, they're banged up on the offensive line. I'm pretty sure Darrisaw's out again. He's questionable. Brian O'Neill. So both their starting tackles are questionable. That's good. Isaiah Rogers is questionable. Just if both their tackles are out, Aiden Hutchinson, it's
For
not
a rookie quarterback. Well,
exactly.
kind of.
Well, yeah, I know
A guy who's
it's
played 2 NFL games.
not going to be good. I'm definitely taking the Detroit Lions to absolutely whip the Minnesota Vikings. On to the
Yeah.
next game. We have the Green Bay Packers hosting the Carolina Panthers. They are favored by 13.5 points.
Wow. Wouldn't expect that big of a spread, but I mean, yeah, I'm taking the Packers. They're
Sean,
the
you want to
number
answer that question real quick?
Jefferson Chase top 2, who's 3 and 4. Um,
Please ask us questions like these in the
yeah,
comments. We want to talk about this stuff.
I agree. I think Matt's gonna agree with this. I got CD and Puka. I think
Yeah,
CD's number 3. I think the number 4 spot could be a little bit debatable between a few guys.
JSN.
Um, JSN, Amon Ra, but Puka's just like he's so reliable for Stafford. Like the guy
Yeah,
gets like 10 to 12 catches a game. I know Chase does too, but
I think
um, he's just it seems like Puka's getting 100 yards every game when he's healthy.
people kind of forgot like what Puka did at the beginning of the season because like he got hurt, but he was like by and large the best receiver in the league, like just just this year. But I'd agree. I think CD's 3, and then it's either or I think CD Puka. You can argue JSN this year, but I think if we're just taking all into account, because if you're just doing this year, JSN's number 1 because he's just been better than everybody on here. But we all know that Chase and Jefferson are better, and um, I'm taking Puka and CD there at 3 and 4. But on to the Panthers Packers game. I don't think the Panthers are going to score more than 10 points on the Packers. And
No,
the way the Packers offense clicked in the second half, I don't know if they cover that's a big spread, but I think they definitely take care of business at home against Carolina. And somehow the Panthers are 4 and 4. That might be the worst 500 team of all time. And
yeah, I have no idea how they're 4 and 4,
I know Bryce Young was playing like decent, but the team just
and he is back this week.
it's still I know, but it's still just not a good team. Give me Green Bay easily.
Yeah, that's a big spread, but
Just
honestly, it wouldn't surprise me in the least bit if they covered that easily.
no. And just we saw what Carolina did last week. I mean, I know they had Andy Dalton and he was horrendous, but that was just a piss poor effort all around. And Andy Dalton was a big part of that. You saw that. Looked like he was playing for the other team for a second.
Yeah, but even their run game wasn't good against the Bills' run game that we know is absolutely horrible.
Mhm.
And obviously, the Packers have a better run game than them, so
Yeah. So
or a better run defense.
spent a lot of time on that game, but it's easily Green Bay. Before
Yeah.
I get on to the next game, make sure to go follow Sean on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Buffalo Banter, and make sure to go follow me on all those platforms with at Matt Cabral or Patriot Status. On to the next game, Jacksonville Jaguars at Vegas Raiders. This feels like a little trappy to me, Sean. I don't
It
know.
does. It feels like it could be I mean, I feel like everyone labels a trap game whenever there's a team playing against a team that they should beat.
Yeah, an inferior to you. But, like,
But
I don't know.
it does. Like
That
it truly
feeling.
does in this game. Um I'll take the Jags just because I don't want to pick the Raiders because I just think that they're horrible.
Yeah.
Plus, actually, now that I think about it, I will definitely take the Jags. Geno Smith is turning the ball over at an insane rate, and the Jacksonville Jaguars are getting turnovers at an insane rate. They have, I believe, I don't even know how many they have, but I know they lead the NFL in it.
Yeah.
Um,
I think they're getting
but
Devin Lloyd back too.
right, and I'll take the Jaguars strictly. This could be a little bit close of a game, but I think
Mhm.
Geno Smith turns the ball over enough where the Jags just get more possessions and they're able to score a little bit more.
Yeah, the reason this game feels trappy to me is because, like, I mean, Sean knows this because we talk all the time, but I'm just not high on Jacksonville. But I guess I'll go with the Jags. I think Liam Cohen will just outcoach just Pete Carroll. And Geno Smith's been piss poor this year, just all around. And Jacoby Myers doesn't want to be there. Um, their offensive line's not good. Gentry's been inefficient. The defense stinks. Like the Raiders, people thought they were a sneaky team coming into this year, and I did too, especially after week 1 when they played that good against the Pats. But it's it's definitely Jacksonville in this game. Not definitely because they're only favored by 2.5, but like it
I think
does
that's a
feel.
fair spread though.
I agree. It does feel a little trappy to me. Like I feel like the Raiders could like for some reason win this game, um, but and Vegas also isn't a good place to play, and like there's just the fans are all right. So I'll go with Jacksonville by a little bit. I just think they're a better overall team. Raiders just on the downtrend. It looks like they're gonna need to look for a quarterback this offseason. So
Yep.
give me Jacksonville in that game. On to the next game. Jeez. Saints are traveling to LA to play the Rams. The Rams are favored by 14.5, and Mr. 40th overall pick Tyler Shuck's first NFL start.
Yeah, first off, I just like to address Spencer Rattler was by and far not the problem for the Saints.
No.
He's actually been playing solid football for what he's working with.
Mhm.
Um, and to be honest, like it's not even like I mean, the Saints have good decent receivers. They have Olave, obviously, who's really good, and Shaheed, who's a good deep threat.
Yep.
Juwan Johnson's been, pretty reliable for them. Their offensive line is, they have a few names there.
Yeah.
Their defense just sucks. I don't know. I don't think Rattler was really the problem, but at this point, you're 1-6, and you have
One
to
and
play or
seven.
1-7. Yeah, they
Yeah.
didn't have their bye yet. You're 1-7. You have a quarterback that's like 27 years old that you just drafted this year at 40th overall. So I guess I understand where they're coming from, where they have to play him. Like they don't really have a choice. They want to see what they have in him.
Yeah.
To kind of, I guess determine if they need to draft a quarterback again this year.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just a train wreck for the Saints. I think the Rams are going to smoke them. I think they honestly cover 14.5.
The problem with Spencer Rattler too, Sean, is like he wasn't drafted high enough for like the narrative of him to like oh give him more time because they drafted Tyler Shuck in the second round at 40th overall. Like it's very unfortunate. I do think Spencer Rattler is going to get another chance with an organization one day, but
Yeah.
it's just a very narrative driven benching by Kellen Moore. Like I'm sorry, like I know you want to see what you have, but like there's like I feel like there's just nothing to see. Like I just don't think like
Like
I don't
what's
think
Tyler Shuck going to show you that Rattler
like
hasn't already?
exactly like he is the definition of a game managing quarterback. Like that is it.
And he's not even going to be a good game manager either. Like, there's just no way.
This is a funny comment. Why was Chuck gonna get it? But geez, he's 10 years away from getting on Medicare. That's funny. Yeah, but no, genuinely, like all jokes aside, the dude's like almost 30 years old and they took him 40th overall. Like at that point, you might as well just take him like Shador. Like just go with the younger guy. But yeah, the Rams are gonna smoke the Saints.
Yeah, Rams have been playing good football.
And
I think they get Puka back this week
I was
too.
gonna say I think Puka's back. Stafford,
They might drop 40 on him.
it's gonna be bad. Yeah, the Rams are just better literally everywhere, and their D line has been so good. Shout out to Byron Young, by the way. He's been unbelievable this year.
Yeah.
Everyone talked about Jared Verse coming into the year, but Byron Young has sold the show. He's been one of the best edge rushers in the NFL this year. Him and Jared Verse, a nasty duo, and they're going against two young tackles on the Saints. Like they could have their way. So give me the Rams by 20 plus in this game. Here's the doozy.
I don't disagree.
Here's the doozy, Sean. Get the Chiefs traveling to Highmark to take on Buffalo Bills. Jim Nantz and Tony Romo calling the game. Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
Let's hear your opinion.
Okay.
I already have mine.
Okay. The Bills in the regular season are just better than the Chiefs when they play against them. Like it seems like they beat them every year. And it's a sneaky big game for the Bills because if the Pats win and they lose, they're now they're a game and a half back because you guys didn't play more than us or the bye week. So it's a big game for both because the Chiefs also don't want to fall too far behind Denver, where it's like the Chiefs are going to make the playoffs. But I mean, if I'm the Chiefs, you want to win the division. Like that's what you expect every year. And this is probably the biggest game of the year so far. Um, it's so tough. So I haven't really. I'm sorry, Sean. I'm taking the Chiefs here. I just feel like they are rolling right now, and the Bills are winning. Obviously, that's all that matters at the end of the day. But like, when have we seen like a fluent? When's the last fluent passing offensive game the Bills have had? As was it before the Pats game, like the Saints game? But was it even good in that game?
I'd say
And
Baltimore.
I'm not
And it
worried.
was
Yeah,
only because they had to.
and I'm not worried about Josh. I don't want to say that's not him. It's just I think everything else, like it's whether it's Joe Brady or the receivers not separating. I hate how he calls the offense, by the way. Like I hate his offense. Like I think he's a very smart,
It's boring.
I think he's a very smart offensive mind, but I don't think he really calls this specific offense correctly. But I'm taking the Chiefs only because of just the way that both teams are trending. Like I know both teams are winning and you guys won by 31, so it sounds silly of me to say. I think the Chiefs just feel like the hotter team right now. It's going to be a really fun game though, and if the Bills win this game, obviously it wouldn't surprise me at all. Kansas City's favored by 2.5, but I'll let Sean steal the show here. This could be an all-timer from Sean here, guys. Make sure to clip this one right here.
The Kansas City Chiefs are not walking into Highmark and beating the Bills. I promise you that. The Bills are a very good team when they're underdogs. They were underdogs against the Ravens first game. They came back and won. If you watched the Bills game last week, almost every pass that we threw was a screen pass.
Yep.
Obviously, James Cook had his way with the game, with whatever he did. If James Cook has another game, I think Joe Brady's going to unlock the playbook a little bit more this week. Let Josh sling the rock around. I don't care who he's throwing to. Get the ball downfield. I know the Chiefs defense has been great. I don't think the Chiefs are going to come into Highmark in a game where it feels like the Bills need to win, a game where they need their offense to actually get going. This feels like a game where Josh Allen is going to put the team on his back and win. I think we win by 2 or 3.
That's an all-timer right there from Sean. Wow. One of the best clips so far of the Monday Morning Quarterback Show. Like seriously, like I guess just like it's kind of what I said. Like I'm a little. This is the most worried I've been about the Bills' pass offense like since Josh Allen's been on the team. Like, and you watch more Bills football than me. Like I've watched a little film on them. Your receivers don't separate. Like let's just keep it plain and simple. They do not separate. Like and as good as Josh Allen is, when you don't have to game plan for a receiver, it can hurt. It hurts players at certain points. And when you're only and James Cook is worth of a game plan. So that helps a lot. But if Shakir's not separating in the slot, which he does, and he's good after the catch, it's like I don't know. And is Palmer healthy? Not that it really matters, but
he was limited today.
Yeah, but
we're getting our 2 linebackers back though.
That's good. Milano's back.
Milano and Bernard, yeah.
Milano, God, he was a great player, dude. But yeah, give me I'm taking the Chiefs slightly. I hate it because obviously I want to try to be. I'm not doing this with my Pats hat on, so please don't think I'm doing that to everyone watching. Because Sean knows that we're very like I understand like the Bills are in my division, Pats are in Sean's division, but at the end of the day, we talk about who we genuinely think's gonna win and like what we genuinely feel. And I just think the Chiefs offense is clicking a little bit better, which sounds again stupid because the Bills scored 40 points last week. But if you watch the game, it's like not very exciting. But besides James Cook's awesome, and so is Josh Allen, obviously. But that was a tough one there, Sean. 2 games left. That's Sunday Night Football. Not a very good game, to be honest. Seattle at Washington. I think this game looked a lot better going into the year, but I wish they flexed the Chiefs and Bills on Sunday Night Football. Have one more game at Highmarks. You don't have to.
Yeah, that'd have been sick.
Yeah, but
I'm taking the Seahawks. I think that their offense is like their passing offense. I think is just going to explode against the Commanders. The Commanders' coverage is just piss poor. JSN might go for 200 this game.
Yeah.
Obviously not. He'll probably. I think he'll easily soar over 100 though. I don't know. It's just the Commanders are just such like I'm so down on them right now. Even if
Yeah,
Daniels is back,
mhm.
like their offense just isn't as explosive. I mean, maybe he'll get him going again this
No,
week.
he's not back. He's not back.
Oh, he's not.
No, I remember I got the report. He's not back.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're
He's
right.
not
I did
back.
see that.
Yeah.
So yeah, just to make matters worse, I mean,
Yeah.
I think Seattle takes care of them easily. Marcus Mariota hasn't shown anything that he can really elevate this offense at all against a good Seahawks defense too.
Yeah.
Um,
Very, very good Seahawks
yeah,
defense.
I don't know. Nothing. I don't think anything is going to go right for the Commanders' offense, and I think the Seahawks are going to have a way with the Commanders' secondary.
Yep. Yeah, the Seahawks are just way better, like literally everywhere. And we talked about this last time with the Commanders. We had a whole segment on that. Make sure to go check out our previous episode. The Commanders are just an old team, and without Daniels, like they're just like Marshawn Lattimore is just terrible. The secondary is not good. Um, Seattle's just better. The only problem with Seattle, their offense is very one dimensional through JSN because after him, like they don't throw the ball to anybody else. But it's been working, so screw whatever. Like it doesn't matter. But
Yeah, I was going to say I agree, but like, are the Commanders going to be the team to stop them
no,
from
because
doing that?
they don't have like if they were playing against like Sertan or Gonzalez or Stingley, like you could worry a little bit. But it's like Smith and Jigba can line up in the slot and on the outside, so it's just like and the Commanders' corners are terrible. So I'm not worried about that matchup. Give me Seattle comfortably. And the Commanders' season is in deep trouble after that, falling to 3-6. Final game, just Cardinals at Cowboys.
What a brutal way to end the week. I mean, Kyler's back, but who cares?
Is he? I think he's questionable.
I thought I saw that he was back.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. I think the Cowboys are going to win this one. Um, this could be a game where they put up. It could be a classic 40-point Cowboys game.
Hmm.
If Kyler's back, I could see the Cardinals putting up a respectable amount of points just because the Cowboys defense is just embarrassing. If Kyler's back, I could see them putting up like maybe like somewhere in the range of 20 to 30 points on the Cowboys. But
Yeah.
I think this is a game where the Cowboys get back on track after a horrible game against the Broncos and they go for like 35-ish points.
Yeah. By the way, Seattle,
Especially at home too. It's just brutal matchup for
yeah.
the Cardinals.
70. This comment's funny. 73-58 is my Cowboys score. That's funny.
Wouldn't surprise me.
No. By the way, the Seahawks are only favored by 2.5 against Washington, which is kind of weird. I don't love that spread to be honest, but
Taking that spread all day.
Cowboys are only favored by 2.5 at home against the Cardinals. I mean,
Taking that one too.
the Cardinals defense has been like decent, but Dallas' offense is due for a bounce back. So is Dak, and their defense is just so bad. I can't say enough bad things about the defense, but at home, it's a bigger game for Dallas. I'm taking the Cowboys to beat the Cardinals. Even with Kyler back, like I don't really care. Like they just don't excite me at all. It's just I feel like we could talk about the Cowboys defense for a whole episode, just how bad they are. But yeah, give me the over under in this game is 53.5, which is extreme.
Wow.
It's higher than the Bills Chiefs game, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, give me the Cowboys in this game, like comfortably. I know people might not really like that, but I think the Cowboys are just a better. I don't
not even you can't even say that, bro.
Just a better offense, but yeah. So
Offense can win you games. It's gonna be one of those games where they put up like 40.
Yeah. So
they're the Bengals of the NFC.
It's a great comparison. They got CD Pickens, Dak, and that's it.
Nothing else.
No,
Dude, they're literally the same if they still had Micah.
And they have Javon. Yeah, no, they are. No, they're
good
the same
quarterback, great wide receiver duo, a solid running back,
Mhm.
and then when the Cowboys had Micah, just one good edge rusher, and then a bunch
Yeah.
of crap after that. They were literally the same team.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this week's episode 4 of the Monday Morning Quarterback Show. I mean, we're having a great time doing this.
It's a blast, man.
We want to keep doing this for you guys, and we're gonna try to have a consistent schedule. I think this schedule works, like Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday is the best, and we'll have some maybe emergency podcasts on like the trade deadline and stuff like that.
Yeah,
because that's a big day. But I think the trade deadline is it on Monday or I think it's on Monday.
It's the 4th.
No, that's Tuesday.
I believe that's
It's
Tuesday.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's perfect. Then it lines up with. But yeah, like I said, that's gonna do it for this week's episode of the Monday Morning Quarterback Show and our Week 9 pick'em. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how tonight's amazing game goes. Should be pretty fun. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you. Yep, thank you for tuning in. And we will see you guys next time. Make sure to go follow Sean on all the socials, like I said, and me as well. Have a good one, guys.